Spotify. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? Do y'all think that Nicole is really done with Ted? Now I did hear that she's supposed to be with Carson this fall, but we'll see. Hold on. Okay, so first I'm gonna give a quick summary and then we're gonna dive into the review. Ted ended up telling Nicole the truth finally, that he slept with Leslie. Nicole ended up saying how she's going to use it against him in court. He had the audacity to tell Eva that he hoping that he could change Nicole's mind. I said, sir, be realistic at this point. Now, before, you had a little ounce of a chance. You had a little snippet of a chance. But now, is you crazy? Are you crazy? But yeah, he had the audacity to tell Eva that he hoping he could change Nicole's mind. I said, sir, you just slept with another woman. Not only another woman, but your mistress. That's why she left you the first time, that you slept with somebody else. You lied about it for years, and you got a baby out of it. But she was telling Anita the other day how, she was wondering if they was too hard on him, and basically she was questioning whether or not they should actually get a divorce. And now you don't sit up here and did this and don't talk about some when he told her about the sleeping with Leslie to my son, he had been drinking. Say he just had received the papers. Didn't he been to get them doggone divorce papers? Didn't he already get them? But yeah, let me see where I stopped at. Let's see. Vanessa is the one who urged Nicole to find the truth. Leslie delusional, like Eva said. She think that Ted would come back. He's saying that night was a mistake. Leslie ended up asking Anita about Barbara. I said, she trying to distract you, Auntie Nita. She trying to distract you. I said, what is she up to? She was looking at a photo of Barbara as well. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what she up to. I don't know if she gonna try to get revenge or what. Danny and Andre headed to Vegas. Randy ends up telling Doug that Bill not to be trusted, and I say he not, because he already done told Joey everything. He already done snitch. Y'all. But okay, like I said, what did y'all think of the episode? Let me know down below. Hold on. So Doug was talking to Randy, basically saying he said his plan in motion, how, he went to Bill for help and everything, and Randy was just questioning him. Joey mentioned Randy. Was Joey the one that mentioned Randy's name? Look, I wish he had a photo so he could know that Randy pretending to be Samuel or whatever. I said, I'm ready for the Haley storyline to, get some more airtime, because they need to finalize that, but they didn't show that on next week's episode. But yeah, Doug revealed to Randy that he has a plan. Vanessa want to know what's going on because Bill wouldn't say anything in front of her. She over here talking about, so she curious to know what this is really about or whatever. I said, don't you tell her nothing. She already done snitched and said that Bill 2 times in a row or whatever. And Doug was like, you seen him earlier? I said, snitch. I said, you snitch. I said, you don't even know what you're doing. I said, you don't even know what you're doing. But yeah, how do y'all feel about Bill backstabbing Doug? Doug was saying how they went to college together and all day. I mean, Bill ain't got no loyalty to his own folks, so I'm not exactly shocked. I'm not exactly surprised. Yeah, what else? Eva said that Leslie schemed her way into Ted's bed. That's when she started talking to Leslie about it. She seems to think that it's only a matter of time before Ted comes back to her. And I mean, technically, she's not wrong. She said before that they was going to end up being back together, and they hooked up. At least hooked up, and once they finally get a divorce and she move on with Carlton, maybe he actually will give her another chance. We'll see. But aside from that, Anita told Vernon that Leslie wanted Nicole to think her and Ted slept together or sleeping together. Nicole was thinking about Leslie giving her that tie. Andre and Danny finna go on a trip. They end up going to Vegas, but they didn't show that. They supposed to show it next week, y'all. Leslie said that Ted seduced her, and I said, I don't think. I think y'all both was right there doing what y'all doing. I don't know. I know he kissed her first, right? If I'm not mistaken, he was the one that kissed her first. So maybe that is seducing. I don't know. But yeah, she's just happy about it. I said, she ain't gonna never let go of him, is she? She ain't gonna never let go of him. What else? Let's see. Leslie said that Ted seduced her. Leslie thinks that night was a new beginning for them, how, Eva's parents going to be back together. Bill ends up telling Joey that Doug wants to take him down. Told him everything. Meanwhile, Doug over here telling, what's his name, Randy, that he don't think Bill would screw him over and double cross him. I said, he already did. He already did. You just don't know what's going on. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Leslie was talking about she waited a long time for Ted. She could wait a little while longer. I was like, girl, move on, please. I said, move on, girl. Eva think that Leslie delusional. She ends up letting her know that. I said, exactly. I said, she partially delusional. She only halfway delusional because Ted keep on. I said that. I said, he's definitely going to get it again. I thought it was going to be that day he dropped her off at the house. I thought it was gonna be that day. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Anita and Vernon worried because Nicole keep her emotions in. They were saying how Danny let all her emotion out, but Nicole, you never know what she thinking or how she feeling or anything like that, because she basically, what they call it, burying your emotions or whatever. That's what they was talking about. Then I think he said he had to go try to check on Danny because he hadn't heard from her. He ended up finding out that she was on her way somewhere or whatever, and basically she was intoxicated. What else? Let's see. Nicole ends up telling Vanessa that Leslie slept with Ted again, and she was like, "What?" And basically, you don't know if she's being honest. She could have took that tire or anything. I said, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think I would feel comfortable being around people. No, I ain't gonna say that, cause I question Vanessa all the time, but her husband do know that she, be sleeping around. So I take that back. Cause I about to say, how you going through that situation? How are you comfortable talking to her about it? How are you comfortable talking to her about it? She a cheater too. Well, is it cheating if he know about it? I don't know. I don't think it's cheating if he know about it. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Um, Bill called Vanessa crazy, and Joe was like, "She's not crazy," and he had a very serious face. I wonder which character the guy is. His name John. I don't know. The guy that plays Joey, who also played Kevin on General Hospital. I wonder which character he likes playing the best. It's kind of the same because he played Ryan as well, the crazy one. But I don't know. But I like him playing either or. But yeah, he's like, she's not crazy. That's right, you is. She's like crazy. He's like, take it easy. It was just a joke or whatever. He's like, he don't really know her. She's just friends with his ex and everything. What else? But he did tell him to be careful in regards to her. Then Jacob called. They don't went out of town. Look like they don't went on vacation. Joey asking her to take off her wedding ring. I said he getting serious about her. I said you better watch yourself, girl. Then she ends up getting a call from Jacob. He's saying something has happened or whatever that she needs to know about. And Joey looking. I said she gonna get. He gonna take her out. He gonna get her and her husband. What else? Let's see. Vanessa ended up asking Nicole why she cares, considering she's the one who, she wanted the divorce. So she admitted that she cares and everything. And I was like, either way it goes, they still married. He did all that to beg her back, which is true. He had been for months trying to get her back. But you can't tell nobody when they should get over the fact that you not only cheated, but you brought a child into this doggone world. What the world going on? Then you knew she was in town. You knew she was crazy or whatever. You knew she was on top of the roof. She could have easily pulled Nicole. Y'all remember that? She could have easily pulled Nicole off the doggone roof or pushed her off the roof because she is crazy. And she did try to get rid of the Laura, and Laura didn't have nothing to do with it. She ain't had nothing to do with it. So you put her in danger. And you didn't say nothing. You over here trying to pay her off and stuff. So he definitely brought this on himself, because I was rooting for them to be together. But he keep making stupid decisions. I'm like, you done did the do. You done cheated. You hid it. You got somebody pregnant. You didn't tell that she was basically in danger, because she definitely was in danger or whatever. You let all this go on for a long time. Not only that, recently, you let that woman come in and out of your hotel room like a revolving doggone door. Not considering your wife's feelings. And now you acting shocked. To my son, he hoping that he could change her mind. He just got the divorce papers and everything. I thought when he showed the papers, I'm assuming, okay, he like, you know what? After what I did, at least I'm gonna sign these divorce papers. I'm gonna just try to get her back, after the fact. Something. I thought he was gonna sign the papers. He talking about some doggone, he holding out hope. What hope? You just cheated again. Y'all still married. You just cheated. Vanessa to my son. If you the one who asked for a divorce, why do you care? I wouldn't expect you to understand. Hold on. I wouldn't expect you to understand. You over here cheating on every day. Every day you cheating on your husband. Open marriage or not, you cheating. You are cheating. But yeah, I was like, I wouldn't even, don't trust her. Don't confide in her. What the world going on? But yeah, what else? Let's see. Eva feels like Ted took advantage of Leslie. That's what she told him, and he was reassuring her that it was a mistake. It's not gonna happen again, and all the other stuff. I said, yeah, if you willing to sleep with her and she done did all that, try to murder somebody, you do it again. I'm gonna say you hit it again. I'm gonna say you hit it again. You definitely would. You talking crazy. What else? Leslie ends up going up to Anita. She told me, I done juke myself in the eye. Oh my goodness, talking doors. Hold on, y'all. She went over there. I said, now how she do that switcheroo that fast? She was just over here talking about Ted. Next thing you know, she walking up to her all sad and still want to know about her mama. Excuse me. She wanted to know about Barbara. First Anita was like, she not gonna tell her anything. So then she played the card about how she was given away when she was a child and she just had a right to know and all this other stuff. So Anita ends up telling her all about Barbara. Well, some things about Barbara and everything. I thought she was gonna ask about her dad. Did she know who it could possibly be or something like that? I'm waiting on them to cast Dante Green because I feel like he gonna get casted, but I don't know. Some people once again saying that Vernon's the daddy or whatever, but I don't know. We'll see. What else? Let's see. I already said Nicole reveals to Vanessa that she cares. Vanessa tells Nicole to ask Ted. That's the only way she gonna know the truth. Now, when she first went over there, I'm like, is he about to lie? I said, you can't lie. I said, you cannot lie at this point. So she was like, did you go over to her house and everything? And he was like, no, I did not. I haven't been over there in a while or whatever. And I was like, well, technically, they want to lie because it didn't happen over there. So she was like, I said, she asking the right questions. There you go. She didn't let it go. It's just, okay, he said he didn't go over her house. She was like, did she come here? He was like, I don't want to repeat history. So he admits that she came there and that's what happened. He was like, I was drunk or whatever. I wasn't in my right mind. I can't agree with that. I said, you was definitely in your right mind. You was aware enough, awake enough to realize who was at the door, to realize that she shouldn't have been there. Didn't he try to put it out? I don't know if he told her to leave. I don't know what he told her. But anyway, go. He was fully aware. He was definitely aware. He definitely was. But yeah, he said the same thing people say when they get caught slipping. I wasn't in my right mind. Obviously not, because what the world? I guess people trying to murder folks is what's it called? How do I want to say this? I guess they just don't matter. I'm gonna just say that. I can't think of what I'm trying to say, y'all. But yeah, she trying to murder people and you over here sleeping with her. What the world going on? But yeah, what else? Joey admits that he let Vanessa get under his skin. Doug doesn't think that Bill would double cross him. Randy said that he got a source that can find out, which way the whole Bill situation is going. And I was like, he got a source? Who is his source? I was like, I'm trying to figure out who his source is. I was like, who do y'all think his source is? But I was like, everybody crooked. Everybody in cahoots with each other at this point. What else? Let's see. I already said Anita told Leslie about Barbara. Doug asked if Bill and him still on the same page because he ended up running into him. That's when Vanessa gonna run her tail up there talking about some twice in one day. And Doug was like, you seen him earlier or whatever? I said, shut up. I said, you shut up. I said, don't you say nothing. Because once the truth comes out about Bill and them being the one that did it instead of Randy, then everybody go down. Everybody going down. I'm assuming Vern and Martin and all of them would go down, wouldn't they? The Elon, what's the other dude name? He's supposed to be back on next week's episode. I don't forget. What's his name? The dude that Smitty was going out there first. Malone, that's who. But yeah, let's see. I would much prefer, instead of this whole Kenneth situation, I would prefer to see the Haley situation come to an end or whatever. I said, they picked the wrong. We'll focus on that later. I want to see, the truth about her line, because it's been what? When did she say she was pregnant? How long this been going on, y'all? It's about to be October, and it's still going on. But yeah, what else? Let's see. I already said Ted was hoping that he could change Nicole's mind. Nicole stops by, asks Ted if he wants to clear things up. And he does. He ends up telling the truth, and he still was hoping that, he could tell that she cared, and he mentioned it. And she was like, I do care, or whatever. And she was like, she gonna use this against him in court. I said, go on, sign up papers. Just go on, turn her over at this point. Let her go, turn her loose. Turn her loose at this point. They showed Leslie crazy tail, and she was daydreaming about Ted. He was tying her up with his tie and everything. That's this guy. That's a girl. She just crazy about him. She really is. Let's see. I think the last thing was that Nicole said she was gonna use it against him in court. But that's it. That's all. I think on next week's episode, Danny and Andre gonna be in Vegas, and I don't know if that's gonna be a Anita lookalike or what. And I said, I hope they don't sit up here and get married, because Andre mentioned on today's episode as well something about getting hitched or whatever. She was like, it'll be good to, post a photo of them together at a wedding chapel or whatever. And I said, yeah, I would like to see that. I said, I don't think they should get married, but they should post that photo just to see everybody's reaction, see how they process everything. What else? Artist said Jacob supposed to be calling Vanessa. He asked Vanessa, Joy asked Vanessa to go on vacation. But I think that's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode. Excuse me. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe and a great weekend.